So now, as you sit here, let all the noise of the outside world dissolve. Let the distractions fade. Come back to yourself, not your name, not your body, not your past, but your essence. The place behind your eyes, the still, silent, powerful space where creation begins. That place is God. Not the God taught by men in robes and rituals, not the God in stained glass or painted ceilings, but the God that breathes when you do, the God that thinks as you think, the God who dreams as you dream, because your own wonderful human imagination is God. Yes, it sounds wild at first, blasphemous even, but listen closely. Not with the ears on your head, but with the ears of the soul. Hear the truth that sets you free. Imagination is the Lord Jesus, the Savior, the Redeemer, the Creator. Not a man in history, not a figure in the clouds, but the divine power in you, imagining, feeling, believing, assuming, and you're called upon to test it. Not to worship it blindly, not to debate it endlessly, but to prove it through your own life. Because what if your entire world, every joy, every failure, every stranger, every love, was nothing more than your imagination pushed out? What if the people you meet, the opportunities you gain, the challenges you face, what if they're all your inner conversations dressed up in flesh and circumstance? You're not here to fix the world. You're here to rearrange your mind, to realign your inner vision, to speak to yourself in silence and watch the world change in response. There was a man, a psychologist, brilliant, educated, trained to analyze trauma and treat mental patterns with logic and words. For years, he tried to talk people out of their pain. He gave them theories, diagnoses, coping strategies, and watched them remain stuck. Until one day he remembered something he heard long ago but dismissed. He remembered the idea that you don't change reality by fighting it. You change it by imagining something new. And he tried it. For the very first time, he stopped arguing with his clients' beliefs. He stopped treating symptoms. He simply imagined them well, whole, joyful. And things changed. But one story broke him wide open. A woman he knew, a close friend, had adopted a child, a girl who by the age of 4 still couldn't speak. The few sounds she made were garbled, unintelligible. The mother believed she was abnormal, broken, damaged. And even though she tried to affirm the opposite by saying, "I am not abnormal," something still didn't shift. Because here's the truth. You can't negate a lie and make it true. You can't overcome darkness by cursing it. You must affirm the light, directly, boldly. So the psychologist stopped her and said, "No more of that. No more, I'm not abnormal. You must say, I am perfectly normal. Not because you feel it yet, but because that's the seed. That's the assumption. That's the prayer." And so she did. She went home. And for the first time, she repeated it like a sacred mantra. I am perfectly normal. She didn't believe it. She didn't feel it. But she said it. And she meant it. And she persisted. That night, the child went into a deep, almost unreachable sleep, a coma-like state. Panic set in. The mother wanted the psychologist to check her, but he said no. Take her to the medical center, he said. Let the world test the reflection. And within 24 hours, the child woke up. Tests confirmed The girl was alert, responsive, and healthy. The speech delays began to dissolve. The gibberish turned to clarity. Why? Because the child was never broken. She was simply the outer picture of her mother's inner speech. The moment the mother changed her self-concept, truly shifted the pattern, the world answered. You see, the world is not happening to you. It is happening through you. You are not observing reality. You are generating it, moment by moment, thought by thought, mood by mood. When you assume something, good or bad, you give it permission to grow. And when you doubt, when you fear, when you shrink back into the comfort of disbelief, that too takes form. The same psychologist told another story, one of desire and doubt. He saw a house he loved. He imagined himself living there, decorating it, walking through its rooms. He saw it clearly, felt it deeply, assumed it was his. But then doubt crept in. And as that doubt grew, it took form. It became a man, a stranger. That man, the physical embodiment of his uncertainty, bought the house. Do you see? Your doubts wear flesh, just like your faith. They become people, events, closed doors, lost chances. The moment you doubt your worthiness, someone else gets the job. The moment you question your vision, someone else gets the dream. Not because they're better, but because they're wearing your discarded assumption. You abandoned it, they picked it up, and life made it real. The world is a mirror, not just a reflection, but a copy. It reproduces what you believe when no one is watching. So what are you imagining? When you lie in bed at night, when you walk alone, when you face the silence, what are the inner conversations playing in your mind? Are you claiming lack? Are you remembering pain? Are you arguing for your limitations? Or are you assuming what you want to be true? Not because it's already visible, but because feeling precedes fact. Because the world you see is just a delayed printout of your dominant internal state. Neville once said, "All that you behold, though it appears without, it is within, in your own wonderful human imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow." A shadow, that's what the world is. It looks so real, so solid, so permanent, but it's not. It's only a reflection of the substance, and you are the substance. Change you, and the shadow bends. Change your inner state, and the world must follow. Not by force, not by hustle, but by divine law. You are the cause. Imagination is the creative power, and you hold it in your hands. You are not a victim of your world. You are its author. Now, pause. Not in silence, but in sacred stillness. And ask yourself, what am I imagining today that will become my world tomorrow? And so the question echoes in the chambers of your mind, what am I imagining today? Take a breath, feel the air pour into your lungs like liquid possibility. Every inhale fertilizes the soil of consciousness. Every exhale releases the husks of yesterday. Right here, right now, you are the gardener of eternity, holding the most fertile terrain in all creation, thought, felt as fact. Look around your life with honest eyes. The job, the relationships, the balance in the bank, the health of the body. Every strand of the tapestry is a photograph of an older mood. Nothing is personal. It is all principle. And principle is impartial. It does not care if you misuse it for despair or wield it for glory. Imagination simply obeys. So dare this moment to become radical. Dare to believe that a single inner rearrangement can realign the stars outside. What you call miracle is merely the world keeping its appointment with your revised inward speech. Close your eyes, feel the darkness bloom behind the lids, hear the pulse in your ears, steady, ancient, holy. Now select one desire, not 10, not 50, just one pure longing that burns a quiet fire in your chest. See it, feel it, touch it with the fingertips of the mind. Ask no one for permission, invite no committee of logic, assume its reality, hear the congratulations in invisible voices, smell the environment of fulfillment, taste the air of accomplished fact, and when doubt taps your shoulder, smile like a mystic who has glimpsed the secret scrolls. For you now know, doubt is only a child seeking attention. Refuse to babysit it. Turn instead to the sturdy certainty of I am wealthy, I am healed, I am loved. These are not hopes, they are creative decrees, chiseling new contours into the unseen. Do you recall the psychologist's house that slipped away? He learned a lesson carved in fire: sustain the vision or surrender it to another. The universe abhors vacancy. When a state is vacated, another occupant rushes in. So make your dwelling within the wish fulfilled and bolt the door of consciousness behind you. Live there mentally until the walls outside rearrange to match the blueprint within. Some will scoff. They will call this madness, escapism, delusion. Let them. Do not argue with those who worship external causation. Your results will become your sermon. Silence is eloquence when reality itself begins to echo your claim. Remember the child who could not speak? She was never the subject, only a mirror. The mother's new self-definition rewrote the child's biology. What physicians labeled unexplained recovery was simply law in motion. Consciousness made visible. The same law beats in your breast like a ceremonial drum, waiting for you to issue the next rhythm. Perhaps you carry scars, heartbreak etched like runes upon the memory, debts stacking like cold gray clouds, diagnosis typed in bold on sterile paper. Listen, those are shadows, and you are the light. Do not wrestle shadows. Turn on the lamp of imagination and watch them flee. This is not positive thinking. This is precise creation. Positive thinking flips the switch and hopes the bulb glows. Imagination wires the entire grid. You are rewiring now. Every inner sentence is copper. Every feeling is electric. Let the current of conviction surge unbroken. Stand tall within, even if the body sits in a small room. Sense the crown upon your head, not ego, but authority. Kings decree, queens proclaim, gods imagine, and imagination incarnates. The earth itself is clay beneath your mental thumb, ready to receive the imprint of a new assumption. So walk tomorrow before tomorrow dawns. Have that conversation already won. Sign that contract already celebrated. Feel that harmony already played. Carry the satisfied grin of the one who has seen the spoiler and knows the ending is glorious. But what if I fail? You whisper. Then you imagine again. That is the mercy of this power. It grants infinite do-overs. No condemnation, only feedback. The world returns each assumption like a loving teacher handing back graded papers, showing you where the belief was shaky, inviting a stronger stance. Tonight, when the city hum quiets and the screen dims, crawl into bed as into the womb of creation. Float between wake and sleep, those golden seconds when imagination rules unchallenged. There replay your scene of triumph until it feels more real than the mattress beneath you. And drift off wearing the perfume of fulfillment. Sleep in your wish fulfilled, for dreams are the courier pigeons of reality, delivering the blueprint to the daytime builders of circumstance. And when dawn cracks the sky, rise without scanning the world for confirmation. You, the artist, don't beg the canvas to reassure you. The masterpiece unfolds beneath your confident brush. Keep the mood of realized desire humming in the background like a sacred soundtrack. Let it color your words, tilt your posture, brighten your gaze. Walk through the hours as the version of yourself that already owns the outcome. Do not confess conditions that betray your claim. I can't afford. I always get sick. People like me never. These are blasphemies against your own divinity. Replace them with holy utterances. I am provided for. I am radiant health. I am favored, welcomed, chosen. Speak them inwardly. Reality eavesdrops. You are not here merely to survive 8 decades of breathing. You are here to awaken, to remember that the carpenter of Nazareth was a parable of your own creative power, that every miracle story is a case study in imagination at work. Water into wine, state into state. Loaves and fishes multiplied, ideas compounded. Lazarus raised, dead hopes revived by belief. So let the resurrection happen in you. Reanimate the dream you buried. Call it by name as Jesus called Lazarus, and watch it hop out of the tomb of doubt, unwrapping the grave clothes of limitation. All authority in heaven, your consciousness, and on earth, your circumstances, is given unto you. Use it. Love boldly. Imagine lavishly. Forgive swiftly. Persist relentlessly. And when your outer world blossoms in impossible ways, smile with quiet knowing. For you have tasted the secret nectar. Your own wonderful human imagination is God, and nothing shall be impossible to you.